Today I'll be sharing some creative and budget-friendly DIY ideas for your cottage garden and giving an update on our front courtyard. I hope you'll join me. This summer and even this past spring, I have been dedicating a lot more time to trying to fix up our garden and yard and just make it prettier and a more enjoyable place to be. You might have seen my previous video where I fixed up my children's playhouse into a fairy cottage. That took several weeks, and that was interspersed with working on our front courtyard, which you can see here in the video. I've really wanted to turn it into a beautiful courtyard space, and it's far from done, but I've definitely made some progress, and I'm excited to share that here with you. Unfortunately, since I started filming all these clips several weeks ago, the summer heat has really taken a toll on some of the plants, and so they're not blooming quite as beautifully as when I first planted these things, but I'm hoping that they will kind of rejuvenate toward the end of this summer and into the early fall so that I can share an update later on with you, because some of those blooms were just absolutely beautiful. You can see this white iron bench in the video here. My husband worked on fixing that up. It belonged to his grandparents, and so it's a really neat piece to have in our courtyard, and he did a great job sanding it, repainting it, repairing the broken arm, all of that. So I really like having that here, and I wanted to make that a focal point in this courtyard. Stone and concrete planters can be so expensive, but they really add a lot of character and old world charm to a garden. I had to get creative because a stone planter was just not in my budget. The urns around this size range around $75 at the hardware store, but I was able to find this plastic one for $24, I believe it was, and I used some Stone Effect spray paint on it, and it really turned out great. I think it's very convincing. I drilled some drain holes in the bottom, and if your planter is not a similar color to the Stone Effect spray paint, I would recommend priming it first, but my planter was close enough in color that I really didn't need to do that. I wanted to also incorporate a water feature into this courtyard, so I used this heavy metal plant stand that belonged to my husband's grandparents. I just think it's so pretty, and it's really, really heavy. And then I found 2 matching pots at the store, and they have drain holes, and I used them in a stacking fashion to create a little fountain. I bought this pump off Amazon, and it is a plug-in pump, but I wanted to be able to have it run in the evenings when we're sitting outside and not be reliant on sunlight. I had some extra tubing from an aquarium vacuum, of all things, and I just simply stacked stones and gravel and just basically stacked it all up like that, and I absolutely love it. We have a lot of large open brick walls in our courtyard, and they can look a little expansive. So when my mom gave me this hyacinth bean vine, which I had never heard of before, but it's actually quite pretty, I decided to train it up this brick wall next to the fountain. And I did that with my trusty brick clips, and like always, I'll link those below if you're interested. And so basically, I put the brick clips on the brick and then strung wire in between them in the shape that I wanted. And even though this is an annual plant, at least in our region, it will grow up to 15 feet tall in one season. So I'm anxious to see how well it can fill in this wall by the first frost.